custom uniforms for Sacramento and Las Vegas. Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name, all passion. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen of the day. I'm from the Bay Area, and I've been a diehard A's fan since 1981. This isn't just another A's podcast. This is the most informative and insightful show on the A's, period. We cover the A's every single day, breaking down games, delivering the latest team news, and giving you deep, thoughtful analysis you will not find anywhere else. If it's happening in Sacramento or in Las Vegas, we got you covered. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. And please hit that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. Today's episode is brought to you in part by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Today, we are diving into something a little different, but absolutely awesome. Custom uniforms and the future of baseball aesthetics. Joining me is a guy who has turned his love for sports design into a massive following. You've seen his custom uniform concepts, his takes on stadiums, and his series, Quest for 30 Ballparks. He's making the content nobody asked for, but everybody loves. With over 40,000 YouTube subscribers and a dedicated fan base across Instagram, TikTok, and X. It's the one and only Cameron Guzzo. Cameron, welcome to the show, man. I got to ask right off the bat, what is it about the uniforms and designs that gets you fired up?
Oh my gosh, that's a loaded question. I guess since I was a kid, I was always fascinated. I mean, I got this entire hat wall behind me. I have a closet over there with 50 plus jerseys. It's just, I love it. I've always been obsessed with the visuals, I guess, of sports, and baseball being my number one. It's always been something I've thought about and did little drawings of uniforms. And finally, once I got the right technology to do it right, that's what I'm up to now. And it's just my whole life. I can't even pinpoint one thing that started it. I've just always been obsessed.
What made you start the website? And you got yourself quite a following. Did you expect this?
Yeah, so I didn't start with uniform stuff. A few years ago, I'm also really interested in ballparks and just the entire experience of going to games and live sports in general. I started the page anonymously and
right?
without my face, without my name, just creating like tips and tricks at ballparks kind of thing, behind the scenes stuff whenever I could. And I realized I really love making content. People seem to really like it right away, and I grew a pretty decent following right at the start. So over the last couple of years, my content's been evolving. The uniform stuff has really picked up. I've seen people really enjoy that. So I've been trying to post more and more of that kind of thing. And yeah, it started from a love for baseball and wanting to spread that. And now it's multiple sports, all kinds of stuff. I'm very busy with it lately.
That is awesome. You're a East Coast guy, a Boston guy. Are you a Red Sox fan?
Oh, don't call me a Boston guy. That's a little sacrilegious because I'm a Yankees fan. So
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm from the western part of Massachusetts. Dad's family grew up Yankees fans, so it got passed down to me that way.
Tell me about the Quest for 30 Ballpark series.
Yeah, so that's kind of been one of my biggest bucket list items. I'd probably say the top of my bucket list is seeing all 30 ballparks. I didn't see a lot growing up. I had only gone to Yankee Stadium and Fenway probably up until I was 18 or so. And then once I finally started working, started having the ability to travel and stuff like that, I've been trying to get all over. I only have 3 left. I have 27 out of 30 right now, and I'm going to see the last 3 in April. And
what are the last 3?
It's St. Louis, Kansas City, and San Diego.
Okay.
So I'll have all those done in about the next month or so.
I've been to KC. I was there for Game 6 of the Giants KC World Series.
Oh, that's
2014.
awesome.
I didn't stay for game 7, yeah, but game 6 I go to, which was I believe an 11-12-1 blowout, and missed the most legendary game 7 ever. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Give me your top 5 ballparks. I know Oakland has to be in the top 5.
You know what? I was actually pleasantly surprised with Oakland. It has its own charm that I guess you don't know until you're there. But my top 5, I guess I'll just do the ones that I've been to. I have Wrigley Field at number 1. Then I have Oracle, which is the Giants, and PNC, which is the Pirates.
PNC, huh? Wow, yeah, I can imagine.
Those are, I always flip flop on those, so those are probably tied for second. And then I guess to round out the 5, I'd maybe say Camden Yards. That's got to be up there. And then, maybe Fenway.
Okay,
I like the old style for sure, the traditions and stuff.
I tell you what, you were talking about Oakland before they added Mount Davis to it. The ballpark before, unbelievable. I mean, Mount Davis. I don't know if you've seen pictures of it, but yeah, it was phenomenal. And Mount Davis kind of ruined that whole ballpark. I've done on many rants on that, so don't get me started there. For you, what makes a ballpark like Fenway? Why isn't, for example, Wrigley Fenway 1-2? I haven't been to Fenway. I've been to Wrigley.
So I guess my opinion's a bit skewed being a Yankees fan, but just in my experiences, I think Fenway's not as well kept as Wrigley is. Wrigley's had a lot of renovations that have modernized the place, but also kept that like old school charm. Whereas Fenway's just like, at least to me, a little bit dirtier, a little bit outdated in certain ways with the wooden seats and stuff like that. So it's close. I think Wrigley just has done an overall better job over the years of maintaining itself. I'd love to see a similar facelift for Fenway someday, but that's why I have Wrigley up there above Fenway.
2-part question. What stadium did you go into expecting a lot out of and was disappointed in? And what stadium did you go into not expecting a whole lot and were pleasantly surprised?
So the one I went to that I had really high expectations for was Dodger Stadium. It was a lot older than I imagined it, especially in the concourse in certain areas like that. It's also some of the sight lines in the upper deck are just feels like you're so far back. It's nice that it's in Southern California. Obviously, it's a beautiful area, but it was a bit disappointing for me in the way. And my first game there was a playoff game, and the fans weren't really as what I expected for. I've been to Yankees playoff games, Phillies playoff games and stuff, and it didn't compare to that. So that one disappointed me a bit. And then I guess in terms of one that I was surprised by, I had a lot. It's still like near the bottom of my rankings, but I had a lot of fun at Tropicana Field. I feel like it's just very different. And it's such a unique baseball experience that I was able to enjoy it. I don't expect the average fan or like a casual fan to feel the same way, but being a sicko for baseball and just hearing everything going into that game and finally seeing it in person for the first time, I had a really fun time there.
Wow. How was Colorado Rockies?
It was great. That was actually the most recent one I went to the end of last season. It's gorgeous. Obviously the weather was super nice when I was there, which helped a lot, but you could see the Colorado, the Rocky Mountains in the distance and stuff like that. It's a really nice place.
Great. So what are we doing here? We're doing here with the uniforms. Now, the concept of the uniform design that you came up with is what? What were you trying to accomplish? Represent the uniforms as best resembles the city?
Yeah, so when the City Connect program came out, I love the idea of making a uniform that really represents the city. And a lot of the ones from my opinion and from what I've heard from others, they just didn't have a really good reputation. There's a few of them that are really solid and that I enjoy, but there's a lot of them that I thought there could have been just a little bit better. So I started my own. I've always had my own ideas in my head and stuff like that. And seeing some of them come out, it just unlocked a whole new thing for me of brainstorming. And now that I've been to almost every major league city now, I know a little bit more intimately some of the facts and what goes on at certain places. So it definitely comes from a place of passion putting these all together.
I could tell, man. I mean, I've really enjoyed watching your content, watching your stuff with the uniforms, and you've been busy lately. You've had a couple to do lately with the A's, with Sacramento and Las Vegas. Why don't we jump right into it with, first and foremost, the Las Vegas uniform concept. This episode is brought to you in part by FanDuel. March Madness is here, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's 200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories, and even who's cutting down the nets. I've got my eye on a few underdogs this year, and FanDuel makes it easy to back them with spreads, totals, and game props. With tournament games happening almost every day, there's always something exciting to bet on. The FanDuel app is simple to use, and when I win, I get paid instantly, no waiting around. So visit FanDuel.com to get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. This episode is also brought to you in part by Game Time. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On A's. And as opening day is just around the corner, I can count on them to help grab tickets that meet my needs. I recently grabbed last-minute tickets for a game, and Game Time had unbeatable prices, which meant more money for food and merchandise. This makes finding the best deals effortless. It filters out fluff and highlights the top discounts in the stadium. I love that I can preview my exact seat before purchasing. No bad surprises when I get to the stadium. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. What time is it? Game Time. Cameron, Las Vegas. I'm going to put up exactly what you have designed. And why don't you take us through it? What went through your mind and what the concept was around each piece?
Yeah, so with these, I usually try to keep the team's color scheme. So you see the green, you see the gold. Obviously, it's not as yellow as the A's gold. One thing I noticed, and I was in Vegas just a few months ago, is so many of the lights there are like this more lighter shade of gold. If you see skyline pictures of Vegas, like that's the color you see.
Sure.
Even in that background picture, very similar color. So that's what I wanted to do there. The word mark across the chest, the Las Vegas. It's not mine. It's from the city's convention and visitors.
Las Vegas,
authority.
Which is getting a lot of news right now. And then, yeah, right. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I've seen that logo for years now. And in my head, I was always thinking this is perfect for a jersey. Like it just has that baseball script feel to it with a little bit of a different aspect with those cards. So I thought that was perfect. And then you see on the sleeves there, the trim is inspired by the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, the edge of it with the light bulbs and stuff like that. There's a poker chip. When I was in Vegas a few months ago, I noticed that a lot of them had that gold look and it said Las Vegas on the bottom. So that's inspired by some of the real poker chips from Vegas. And then everything you see on there has the glow to it. I mean, Vegas is the neon city, people call it. And I mean, just being there, it's so lit up. You could see it from 30 miles away, the glow in the sky. So that was something I really wanted to drill in there and kind of showcase. So,
and on the bottom of the jersey, the MLB, there seems that's the skyline of the Vegas skyline.
Yeah, so above the jock tag, all the City Connect uniforms put a little detail. Like obviously, it's tucked in when the MLB players are wearing it, but for the retail versions, I just put the Vegas skyline. It's so unique with all the different casinos and stuff like that, and that also has that little extra glow effect to it as well.
Absolutely. How about the font? Did you take it? Usually, some of your videos and some of your uniforms, you'll do something with the font. Did you do anything particular with the font on these uniforms?
Well, for the player's number on the front, I just tried as best as possible to match the LAS from the Las Vegas logo there, just to keep some continuity. one thing I noticed going around Vegas is all different kind of fonts. So it was kind of hard to settle on one of them. So I just went with a little more continuity in that way.
I love it. I love it. What I really loved was the hat. Take us through the hat. The hat was my favorite part. I mean, if I could buy one of these hats, I would.
Yeah, so I mean, the A's are so iconic. I had to start from the
That is
original
great.
A logo. Like
Yeah.
you think of the A's and that's what you get. So I needed it to be an A on the front. And when you think of A in Las Vegas, it's ace, like a
Ace.
playing card. Like
Right.
so I went with the serif playing card font. And instead of the apostrophe S, I put a diamond because ace of diamonds, it's a type of playing card, and there's the
This is
obvious
big
baseball
time.
connotation there. And then that was simple from there. Just stick the S in. You got A's. You got a Vegas casino playing card kind of thing. It was when I finally had that click in my head, I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, it has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What a big time concept. I love the ace. I love the S. I love the diamond. The colors are just perfect. Just an unbelievable concept. Let's go to the pants and the socks.
Yep. So more of the same there. A little more zoomed in of that unique skyline. You see
Mm-hmm.
the Ferris wheel, the "Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas" sign. Like, it's one of the most unique skylines in the country. So I feel like it needed to be shown there. Then we keep the poker chip from the jersey sleeve, little green poker chip around the stance logo. They're simple. Pants and the socks are simple, but with everything going on in the jersey and hat, I thought it fit well. We kept the same colors, kept the same themes going. So basically everything I described there. This is more for my Instagram. I post all of these
Sure.
up on Instagrams with a little bit higher resolution than the video, so people can take their time and look through. But yeah, I like to add a little explanation to these city connects because I try to pack in as much as possible. I don't want anything to get left out or not thought of.
How long does one of these concepts take you? I mean, from start to beginning. For example, when you sit down and say, "Hey, I'm going to do Vegas today," from the thought process, from the inspiration to putting it together to a finished product, how long does that take you?
It varies wildly. I'd say this Vegas concept was one of the quickest it's ever taken me, just
Is that right?
because I had recently been in Vegas. I feel like there's just so much to work with. It's such a fun, unique city. Other concepts have taken me days of just mulling things over, thinking, changing things back and forth. This Vegas one came to me pretty immediately. I think the only thing I changed was instead of green, I had red as the accent color with gold. And then
Okay.
I was thinking athletics, like green and gold, it's too classic. And I changed the red to green, and it was like, boom, this is perfect. It's done.
Was the hat an immediate thing?
Yeah,
It was.
it was quick. Yeah. Almost everything on that jersey. Like I said, the word mark on the chest, like I've been wanting to make a jersey with that for years.
Really?
And as soon as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about casinos, and there was a bunch of things that got scrapped from this uniform. I just had so many ideas flowing.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What else you got going? You told us about the stadiums, the Vegas uniform concepts. What else are you working on right now, and what else other sites do you currently have that you're trying to get out?
Yeah, so I do a lot of ballpark content. Obviously, not right now with the season being in the off season, but during the season, I'm going to have a lot. I do food stuff, stadium food. That's kind of one of my big things lately. I have a series where I find the worst seat at every stadium.
I
People
saw
really,
that. I saw that.
people,
That was awesome.
yeah, people really love those videos. So those are fun to do. I'm going to be working with some MLB teams this season, which will be
That is
really
great.
cool. And then I have a website at the Ballpark Apparel. I've created some shirt designs. One of them's like a map of the US where you could check off the stadiums you've gone to. I have one if you're a 30-30 club, like you've been to all 30 stadiums.
I saw that one.
Yeah, so I have some fun there. It's some other cool, just fun designs that pop into my head. But yeah, I have a lot of outlets, and lately I've been starting to branch into other sports too, trying to diverse myself. I've done a lot of football in the last year, hockey and stuff like that. So I'm all over the place. I'm always having new ideas and video formats coming.
Is baseball your number one thing?
Oh yeah, I've been obsessed with baseball since I can ever remember.
Yeah, you got a favorite player out there?
Judge, I'd have to say. It was Jeter when I was young, and now it's Judge. I mean, the Yankees made it pretty easy for me.
Little disappointed with the Cole, but I'm sure they'll come
I know.
back there.
I know.
before we talk too much about the Yankees and what they could have done, but we'll get into Sacramento and a little bit more A's right after this.
The NCAA tournament is here, and so is the bracket breakdown.
Locked On Podcast Network and Amazon Fire TV channels are teaming up to deliver NCAA tournament coverage like never before. Watch studio shows featuring former players and Locked On's local experts as they guide you through every upset, buzzer beater, and bracket matchup.
Stream it all for free on Amazon Fire TV channel. Search Bracket Breakdown to see it all for free.
It's your team every day.
Sacramento, was this something you were going to do the whole time as far as a place the A's were just going to stop by and playing at a minor league ballpark? Or is this like, hey, might as well do it? How'd the concept go into this? What was your thinking process?
I mean, we have 3 years. It's a long time. If it was a holdover spot for a full season, a half a season, maybe not. But I mean, if we have a team in a city for 3 years, might as well embrace it. Like, I'm going to go visit Sacramento early this season, which I'm excited about. And yeah, if it's too long of a time to just sit on it, I feel like their name should be Sacramento Athletics. It's not. Yeah, me too. Not 1 year. Might as well go all in. But
yeah, no, I 100% agree. Take us through the Sacramento concept, and let's start with the first thing that kind of got me was the colors. Where'd you get the colors from?
Yeah, so all of the colors you see are from the city of Sacramento's flag. So the 2 different shades of blue, conveniently the yellow gold and the Kelly green worked perfectly for the A's. And then the white. I think the actual design of the flag is like a river cutting through the city. But I always look at flags when I'm doing these City Connect uniforms, and it's not often that I see them and it really works, but this one, it really called out to me.
How about the jersey? Can you take us through the jersey, the font you used, the patch on the side, and again, the sleeve below the patch?
Yeah, so the font is the standard athletics font, like you've seen athletics or Oakland across the chest. It's actually used on their new sleeve logo that they're going to have this year, with the Tower Bridge in Sacramento. But I did add the little curly part on the end there. That's from the Crest Theater that's in downtown Sacramento. It's part of the marquee there. I always try to look at different landmarks and like notable things from each city, and it's a really cool, like, unique marquee. I wasn't able to fit any more of it, but the curly part was a fun little unique twist that I did. Obviously a big part of the uniform is inspired by Tower Bridge. You can see it from the ballpark. Every time I look up Sacramento, I see different depictions of that bridge, and I thought it was pretty cool. So that's what you see there for the sleeve trim. And then on one of those sleeves is the California flag, but I changed it around a little bit. Instead of the bear, it has the A's elephant. The colors are a little different. I figure Sacramento is the capital of the state, so we'll have something a little California related.
That is awesome, man.
Yeah, the Capitol building is down there above the jock tag on the bottom.
That is so big time. How about the hat?
Yeah, so that's just the same S as you see on the jersey, the A's script there.
And then we got the bridge.
If you were to just type out with that font, that's what you get for the S for Sacramento. And then the hat, it's pretty similar to the Giants City Connect. They have the Golden Gate Bridge on the side of the hat. Yeah. This is an iconic bridge as well. I thought it looked pretty cool on the side of the hat. We get all 5 colors from the flag in there, and obviously adding that green and gold just to tie it back to the athletics just a little bit was important to me.
Beautiful. And the bottom, same thing, same concept here with the pants and the socks.
Yep, I really love, if you look through my uniforms, I love putting skylines on the socks. I feel like it's just such a nice, like, subtle touch. So I have Sacramento skyline there. The same Tower Bridge striping is used on the socks, and yeah, I really like the pattern there. I thought it was a unique, something you don't see very often on sports uniforms, and it worked out pretty well putting the bridge together over and over again like that.
Absolutely, man. And to sum up everything, there we go. We got the jersey, the hat, the socks, how you came upon it, where the thoughts were, just amazing stuff.
Yeah, so
Is
you
there,
you asked me how long they take. This is one of the ones that took me a long time.
what are we looking at as far as time? Are we talking 2, 3, 4 hours? Talking more like 8? I mean,
Oh yeah. I mean, for me it's like over a bunch of different sittings. So I'm not sitting there for 8 hours in a day looking at it.
yeah.
But if you add in the time of me thinking about what needs to happen like during the day and stuff like that, I mean, one like this is probably over 10 or 12 hours,
Oh my
all things
God.
considered. Yeah.
Jesus. What teams have you not done?
So there's a few. I've really been putting an emphasis on the uniforms in the off season while I have the time. I think there's 10 or 11 teams I haven't done City Connects for, but I've done a lot of like team redesigns, like little rebrands and refreshes and stuff like that. I've created some expansion teams, so I'm not locked into checking off each one. It's more if I have the inspiration come to my head, I'll start it, and once I start it, like I'll really start putting in that effort. But I don't really go in a particular order or anything with them.
Tell everybody where they could find you. What's your website? I love the 30 ballpark deal. Where can everyone find you? Get some gear, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so my merch website is at theballparkapparel.com. You can find the 30 ballpark shirt, the 30/30 club stuff there. All the rest of my stuff just find on social media. It's at Cameron Guzzo on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Then it's at the ballpark on TikTok. I'm still trying to get that changed to match everything, but you'll find all my videos there. And then I have a separate Instagram page just for the higher resolution graphics of my uniforms. I think it's Guzzo_uniforms. You can find it on my Instagram bio. It's just a full collection of my uniform stuff. If you're only interested in the uniforms, it's a good follow because it's video graphics for every design I make.
What's your first stadium visit coming up this year?
I will be at Yankee Stadium on opening day. That is
Awesome.
a tradition. I'm going to DC, and then I'm going to Missouri, checking off those 2 ballparks I haven't gotten to yet. So that'll be coming pretty soon.
That's awesome, man. Come back again, man, Cameron. I really enjoyed having you. And yeah, let's try to hook up maybe mid-season, and we'll do this again.
Sounds good. And then I'll see you in Vegas in a couple years.
Absolutely. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, find Locked On MLB. Baseball guru Sully brings a daily blend of humor and baseball, keeping you updated on every rumor and story throughout the off season. Find Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Have a great weekend, and I will check you all out on Monday.